I want to get back to Diddy's rumored but never proven ties to the drive-by murder of Tupac Shakur back in 1996. The man now charged with orchestrating that hit has claimed that Diddy paid to have Tupac killed. Well, now Tupac's family has hired a prominent New York attorney to investigate. I want to talk about all of this with Derrick Parker. He is a retired New York City police detective who led an NYPD task force focusing on crime in the city. It's called Hip Hop and Rap Scene. He also was the officer who took Diddy into custody after that 1999 shooting at Club New York, and he is joining us by phone right now. Derrick, it's nice to talk to you again. You've got a unique perspective on seeing Diddy's first arrest firsthand. You put the handcuffs on him. Do you think that he may have actually had anything to do with the death of Tupac?
Well, there's always been talk about Diddy being involved in that. And right now, I'd have to say that when Tupac was killed, there were 4 people in a car that went out to Vegas after the fight at the MGM with Orlando Anderson, his nephew. And when they went to Vegas, they shut up Tupac and Suge Knight while they were in the BMW and the like. The individuals that were involved, 3 of them are deceased. The only person that's alive right now is Keefe D. And he's currently incarcerated in Las Vegas, waiting trial for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Now, there's always been talk about this payment that was done by possibly someone to have Puffy go out and then orchestrate the murder of Tupac. However, right now, that's not been proven to be a fact because the person that supposedly orchestrated this is deceased. And he's not around anymore, so it's going to be hard to prove that homicide occurred because of that. I believe that the reason it occurred was because of the beating that Orlando Anderson took at the MGM, and when they went to see him, that was the retaliation that they gave to him, the retaliation that was happening with Tupac in Vegas, because Tupac attacked Orlando Anderson at the MGM.
Interesting. Okay. I do want to go back to the sex trafficking and prostitution charges for a second. I want you to hear what crime scene investigator Sheryl McCollum told us here on Banfield, why the number of Diddy's accusers is going up and why Tupac's family might actually be more forthcoming now that all of this is happening. Let's listen to this, Derrick, and I want to hear what you think.
They feel safe. When he was denied bond the second time, look what happened with the women. We went from 11 victims to over 120. And I believe that number is going to quadruple. So now the family of Tupac feels safe. Bodyguard is not going to come after them. Another staff member or another person connected to him is not going to come after them. Everybody connected to Sean Puffy Combs right now is under a microscope. So the family is safe to come out.
It is kind of interesting to think about, Derrick, not only with the Tupac family situation, but really anyone. I mean, I think people were scared to speak out when Diddy was free, don't you think?
Well, yeah, that's a possibility because he has ties, he has connections to a lot of different people. But, you know, these cases that are here that are brand new from these attorneys and the attorney in Houston or Texas and all these people that are coming out now, this stuff has to be vetted to see if it's true or not true because there's so many allegations against him. These attorneys are going to take a long time just to go through and sift through these allegations to prove that he's in fact involved. So this is going to take some time to look at that stuff.
Do you think there'll be more charges, Derrick? I mean, a lot of people say, oh, this is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. What do you think?
Well, yes. If the allegations prove to be truthful, that he did these alleged acts in this other city, there could be charges brought against him for that as well. But again, I'm sure the U.S. attorney that's in Texas or the attorneys that are prosecutors are working on this now to vet that, to see if there's stuff that, or the allegations are real or unreal.
Yeah, it's a good point. And also, like, when these new lawsuits get filed, they may go and investigate them criminally, which appears what happened initially. You know, the lawsuit came out and then the federal charges came. Derrick Parker, we always appreciate your insight. Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.